3, 2, 1, boom! Broadcasting live from the center of the universe. Presenting the world's only business school without the BS. With optometrist and entrepreneur Dr. Robert Zellner and USSBA Entrepreneur of the Year, Clay Clark. Get ready to enter the Thrivetime Show on Talk Radio 1170.
Yes, sir. It's Z and Clay, broadcasting from the box in the 918. Business school in the topic today. Check the syllabus, it's getting you paid. I'm making the business boom, it's what we do. You can do it, let us show you. I'm a father of
Nation, welcome back to the conversation. It is the Thrivetime Show on your radio. My name is Clay Clark. I'm the father of 5 incredible humans, and I am so excited to be here with you on today's broadcast because we are answering the questions that you, the Thrive Nation, have sent us. Now, on this glorious Monday, we just have 4 days left until the workshop. Now, here's the thing. If we are sold out, we don't have any more tickets left, but I talked to Dr. Z, talked to my wife, talked to Dr. Z. It's kind of like the Holy Trinity in my mind. There's Z, my wife, and we talk, and I say, here's the deal. So can we get some extra chairs? And here's the deal. We are going to buy or rent more tables and chairs, and we're expanding the floor plate yet again to accommodate you. But the cutoff, you've got to get those tickets like 2 days. I think we can accommodate, I think, 4 more spots if we expand out there. So if you want to get those tickets, just go to thrivetimeshow.com. The workshop is Friday and Saturday, okay? So it starts at 7 a.m. and it goes till 3 p.m. at the beautiful Jinx Riverwalk. We have a big 20,000 square foot facility. And right there at the Riverwalk, we're going to teach you from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. on both days. Start with the branding. We're going to start with your goals. Then we go into branding. We go into marketing, sales, customer service, how to make duplicatable processes, how to build workflows, how to build systems. We're going to have a lot of things that we're going to be teaching you, and it's going to be just an absolute powerhouse of an event. You're going to love it. Again, from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., we've got ice sculptures. We got exotic cars. Paul Hood's buying everybody lunch from Los Cabos. It's just going to be a lot of fun. We got the band from the Metropolitan Baptist is going to be playing. I mean, we've just got an all-star event for you. Paul Hood with Hood CPAs will be speaking. Clay Stairs, the school teacher turned millionaire, he's going to be speaking. I mean, it's an exciting event. So again, if you want to get your tickets, just got to go to thrivetimeshow.com, click on the conferences button. You can buy your tickets there. Now, if you want to get free tickets, I know somebody out there says, hey, I want to be a good steward of my finances this year. I'm looking to save. Maybe you just like the idea of getting some stuff free. All you got to do is go to thrivetimeshow.com on iTunes. So just look for the Thrivetime Show on iTunes and just leave us an objective review. It'll take you about, I'd say, 250 seconds. Leave us an objective review and send us proof that you did it to info@thrivetimeshow.com and your contact information, and we will actually take the time to call you right away and book your ticket. So again, if you want to attend the Thrivetime Show conference and you want to do that with no expense to you, all you got to do is leave us an objective review. And also, I did talk to Dr. Z and John about this. Currently, right now, we don't have, some people don't have the ability to leave an iTunes review. You can't figure it out. So if you leave us a Google review, an objective Google review, we will also give you absolutely 100% free tickets to our Thrivetime Show in-person workshop. Now, the question that came in from a Thriver, Chup, can you read the question that came in from the Thrive Nation, my friend?
Okay, so we're talking about, he said, thinking about adding a service or product, which do you think should come first?
Which do I think should come first? Read it again.
Yeah. Okay, so thinking about adding a service or product, which do you think should come first? Now, systems or sales, I think, is the root of the question. Should we start by building the systems first or the sales
Great question.
first?
We're going to cover this in depth at our workshop, and I want to get Charles Kolaw's take on this as well as yours, Chup. But there's a book called The Lean Startup that I think says this the most succinctly. It says, we must learn what customers really want, not what they say they want or what we think they should want. So what does that mean? When I started Epic Photography, this might sound shady to you as a member of the Thrive Nation, but this is how it worked. This is what I do. This is how I've always done it, how I always would do it, how I would teach you how to do it. If you understand business, you'll understand this is how to do it. I thought that the brides would love a 2-week turnaround because I mystery shopped all the competitors. So step one, I mystery shopped all of the current competitors in the marketplace. That was step one. Step two, I one-upped them in every single way. Step three, I could not deliver on my promises, and everything that I would have sold would have been a complete scam. I want to make sure you get this. So I didn't actually sell anything. I just tried to. So, Charles, this is what we did. We went to the show and we said, hey, with our unbelievable system, typical photographer takes 6 months to get your photos back to you. We get it in 2 weeks. Now, the average photographer charges you $3,000. With our system, we can actually do it for less than $1,500. That's half. Also, we do your engagements for free. So you actually can try us before you buy us. And furthermore, because, people get sick, things happen, we don't have just one photographer. So if you hire like Heather's photography, you just get Heather. With our company, we have a whole team. So we're all trained the same way. And to reserve a date, all you got to do is pay a $150 deposit. Once they got the credit card out and they wrote the check or whatever it was, then I would say, you know what? Let me just check real quick to make sure we're available. I think we're booked out. We might be booked out on that date. Then I would turn to my team and I'd say, team, we can't book it, but we would have. That's one. And so I like to sell a product before I've even made it because it saves the headache of having to buy the equipment, start the company, form the LLC, hire the team. Now, once I had 10 people that said, I definitely want to do it, then I realized we got a thing. So then I called my buddy Derek. I said, Derek, he's a master photographer. I said, hey, I'm going to start a photography company. He goes, you don't know anything about photography? I said, I know, I get it. And people always say that to me when I start something. You don't know anything about hair. You don't know anything about accounting. You don't know anything about whatever. I said, here's the deal. I'll pay you 5% of the gross revenue if you'll train my team, and I'll buy all the equipment. Will you do it? He said, sure. Boom. Then I started booking things, training my team, and Epic Photography. Go to epicphotos.com. This team of people, because I do honor my promises and I honor my word, we actually won the Best Photographer Award from the Knot.com, which is kind of like the wedding police. They're the ones who, all the brides form a Knot.com account. We won the award for Best Photographer in 2011, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and we got invited into the Knot.com Hall of Fame. The only year we didn't win when I owned it was 2012, and that's because I'm a jackass. So when the question is, Charles, you guys have offered tanning at Co-Law Fitness. You have 3 locations. You guys offer personal training, or you at least used to. You offer a lot of services. How do you know how do you decide whether you're going to enter into or offer a new product or service at Co-Law Fitness? I mean, do you wait for the market to ask for it? Do you sell it first? What's your rule? How do you know when to introduce a new product or service to Co-Law Fitness?
Well, I actually love what I did with fitness and so on. It's kind of like you got in the DJ business. You love that stuff. So I love fitness, loved working out, and I knew that I could help somebody better than almost anybody that I knew could help somebody. So I felt like I already know that I'm a better trainer than a lot of these guys out there.
But you've been training for how many years before you started your own thing? Maybe 2, 3, 4 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I'm very confident in myself, and so I thought, so I basically would tell people, hey, I do your, just kind of like you talked about, I can help you get in shape, do that kind of stuff, make it idiot-proof system, and I'll give you a template of exactly what to do. I'll tell you exactly what to eat, what time to eat, and I'll train you like you just basically show up hand in hand. I'll walk you through everything you need to do. You don't need to know anything. I'll give you templates on what to do the other 23 hours of the day. And I was very confident in that because I've done it myself. I was an example of it. And so I'd sell it, and then I'd go and build it. And once I've done it a couple times, I thought I can scale this. So I kind of nailed a model and then scaled it, kind of like you talk about in your conferences. Yeah. And so for me, I had to make sure that I wasn't going to sell a product until I truly knew that I could probably deliver on it. I'm not probably a super awesome just business guy that just wants to sell lots of businesses, but I am passionate about what I am in fitness and working out, and I know that I can help people better than anybody else I know out there, and I feel like I know more than anybody else. So not that I'm trying to be cocky, I just feel like
you started your business, though, out of your home, $115,000 home in Bartlesville. And that gym now has how many members?
Oh, gosh, we've got like 12, 13,000. I don't even know. Right? We just sold like almost 5,000 members in 1 month.
So I'm just saying, you guys are rocking and rolling, but it gets back to the core question from the Thriver is thinking about adding a product or service, what do you think comes first? I would encourage you to listen to the market. Hopefully you already have customers. If you don't, it's fine. And then go out there and mystery shop the competition, step 1. See what's already selling, okay? 2, try to one-up the competition in every way with every single benefit. Third, don't actually sell something, but try to. And once you get 10 people, so right now I'm building a limousine company. Thrive Nation, I don't know if you know this. I'm building a limousine company. It's called Royal Empire Limos. And we actually do own vintage cars, and we're booking, 2 to 3 a week right now. We don't even have a website. Just Google Royal Empire Tulsa and Royal Empire Limousines Tulsa. Currently, what we're doing is people can book us for dirt cheap right now. And all we ask is if you leave us an objective review after your experience. And right now we have 38 reviews. And by the way, if you want to get an unbelievable vintage car experience, just Google Royal Empire Tulsa. You can find us right there. We don't have a website yet. The website will be coming online in like a week or two. But what we do have is sales. Now, here's the thing is we call it Royal Empire Vintage Vehicles and Limousines. Now, we don't have any limousines right now. Oh. But we have, I think, a dozen we've denied so far. So yours truly will be buying a limousine here in probably 5-6 weeks. And my master plan is to not have a vehicle and to be driven to work. That's my number one goal, is because I really am a bad driver. So, but Chup, doesn't matter what business you're in. It does not matter.
Right.
This is the process.
So if you don't want to invest a bunch of time and money in something if you don't know if somebody's going to buy it, right? So that's the same. I agree with what Clay was saying. I agree with what Charles is saying. I'll let you know sometime whenever I made the wrong choice back in the past. Okay, there's a thing called pervious concrete. And
pervious.
That is concrete that water will actually flow through. It doesn't have to drain. It actually flows straight
Much
through.
in the way that you flow through conflict.
Exactly.
You're amazing.
Just flow.
You're a flow.
So we had a job, and this is a new technology, this is a new thing. It's like, oh my God, this is cool. You have to go get certified in it to be able to pour it, though. And so I took me and like 4 or 5 of my main lead guys, paid money to go get certified, and turns out nobody in the next 5 years did anything like that. So it was a big waste of time to send those guys to get trained when I only needed one person to be certified for the job. So we should have gone out, asked some people, seen if this was actually going to take off.
This is what people always ask me. Well, I'm thinking about starting a business. Should I wait until it's up to hire a business coach? No. You can save so much money. I felt so bad, but there's a Thriver I talked to this year. They attended a workshop. They've been totally loyal to their idea for about 5 years. And I explained to them, I said, here's the deal. I don't mean to crush your dreams, but I mean this sincerely. I don't even want to tell you the details of it because I don't want him to feel like I'm divulging his information. But it was such a bad idea, and it was an idea that nobody in the world would ever buy that product or service, but he personally liked it. And it didn't matter how much that he liked it, it's not going to sell. And so Eric Ries, in his book, The Lean Startup, he goes on to say, customers don't care how much time something takes you to build. They only care if it serves their needs. And this poor guy had this he had this motive. His goal was to sell enough of these things so that he could eradicate the slaughtering of endangered species in Africa. I'm not kidding. His goal was to make enough money to eradicate the killing of endangered species in Africa. And I had to point out to him, I said, here's the deal. I need you to blow up your business so that you can eradicate you starving. Because you are becoming an endangered species yourself. You've already sunk over $1 million into this idea, and it doesn't work. Some things don't work. They're not gonna work. The inventor of Sky Vodka also invented a kind of organic cottage cheese, and he told me, you know why I don't market it? And I said, why? He goes, it's too expensive to make. No one's gonna pay that much for it. So again, when we come back, we're gonna answer another question from a Thriver, and the question is, how do I learn to say no? Stay tuned. It's the Thrivetime Show on your radio. See, I'm more than just a rhymer, like a horse with blinders. Focused on the Thrivetime Show, is where you find us.
Get ready to enter the Thrivetime Show on Talk Radio 1170. Broadcasting live from the center of the universe. It's Business School Without the BS. Featuring optometrist turned entrepreneur, Dr. Robert Zellner, with USSBA Entrepreneur of the Year, Clay Clark.
Oh, yes, Thrive Nation. Welcome back to the conversation. It is the Thrivetime Show on your radio and podcast download. We've had tons of people emailing saying, hey, can I get a ticket to the conference? Can I get a ticket to the conference? I hear it's this Friday. Oh my gosh, I procrastinated and I can't figure out how to leave an iTunes review. We've had a few of you say this, so I'm going to tell you the 2 ways you can get free tickets right now. We have 4 tickets left. 4 tickets left. I'm telling you the 2 ways to get them. 1, just do a Google search for Thrivetime Show and the word Jinx. Okay? Just do a Google search for Thrivetime Show Jinx. Okay? Do a Google search for Thrivetime Show Jinx or Thrive15, Thrive15 Jinx. Thrive15 Jinx. I'll give you a second to do it. Do a search for that. Leave us an objective review. Tell us how we're doing, how we're impacting you. And then email us proof that you did it. Email your contact information to info@thrivetimeshow.com. Email us your contact info to info@thrivetimeshow.com, and we will get you your tickets. They're a $99 value. You also get a copy of the Boom Book. So you're getting $240, 2 tickets, 2 copies of the Boom Book right now. Also, if it's easier for you, if you already have an iTunes account, this is super easy. Just do a Google search for the Thrivetime Show and the word iTunes and the word Thrivetime Show. Do a Google search for it. Leave us an objective review. Just subscribe to the Thrivetime Show on iTunes. Leave us an objective review. Step 1, subscribe to the Thrivetime Show on iTunes. Step 2, leave us an objective review. Email us your contact information and proof you did it to info@thrivetimeshow.com. We will also give you 2 free tickets to our workshop that's this Friday. So we're talking like 4 days from now, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's going down. We're going to start off talking about your goals and how to design a life you want to live. Then we go into branding. Then we go into marketing. We go to sales, customer service, accounting. I mean, the whole deal. How do search engines work? It's all there. Leadership, hiring, firing. It's all there. But we can't help you if you don't attend.
You know something that's really awesome about the workshops?
They're getting crazy.
We're
big.
going to have a band, right?
We are.
Some live music.
When are you going to perform?
It's coming.
What's the name of your group?
We don't have one.
Come on.
We don't have
Do
one.
you not have a name of the group?
Yeah, we're working on it.
So you and Paul Matherin and Marshall Morris get together and you disrespect yourselves so much you don't have a name for the band yet?
It's building. It's going to be a crazy concoction.
I'm going to complain.
Okay.
I had a great uncle, and his name was Bubba.
Uh-huh.
And I asked him, how did you get the nickname Bubba? And he says, my parents never named me. I'm being serious. That's how I feel right now. I challenge you today.
So I have a buddy, Nathan. He's our drummer. He's drumming with us. Okay.
You got to get a name.
We have a working title. I haven't run it by the other guys yet.
Well, tell me.
It's gonna.
I won't share with anybody else. Just me and the listeners.
Just me and you and the listeners.
Yeah.
He looks a lot like me. We look a lot alike.
Yeah.
So it's going to be Tall, Paul, and the brothers.
That's good.
Marshall, Paul, and then me and Nate.
Tall, Paul, and the brothers.
Yeah.
The tall.
It's Tall, comma Paul, comma.
What about the Tall, Paul, brother boys?
That's something.
That's a bad idea. Okay, so the question from the Thrive Nation is, how do I learn to say no? I'm going to tee up the principles, and I want Charles Kolaw and Eric Chupp to break it down. Charles Kolaw owns 3 locations of a multi-million-dollar franchise fitness business called Kolaw Fitness. So here we go. To say no, you only have 3 things you have to do. That's it. Okay, so 1, you got to decide what you give a crap about. Like, just decide, write it down right now. And there's only 6 areas, okay? So what do you care about as it relates to your faith, your family, your finances, your fitness, your friendship, and your fun? What are the things you give a crap about? Just write down the things you really do care about, okay? Another way to ask yourself is, what are you willing to fight for? As example, I like President Trump. You might not like President Trump. If you say President Trump's a bad person on Facebook, I'm not going to fight for you or fight with you about it because I don't freaking care. So if you like Obama, that's great. I think Obama, frankly, was one of the better speakers of all time, probably a better speaker than Trump, a very eloquent guy. I just didn't want to vote for him. So I'm not going to argue with it, though. But what are the things you are willing to fight for? Write that down. Second, decide who you care about. Who are the people that you're willing to fight for? You don't have to fight for every injustice. I mean, you don't have to. I see people picketing all the time about every possible. Somebody's going to be wronged. I mean, you can't. Your number one cause can't be making everything right for everybody. I mean, you can't fight all night to save endangered sea turtles because of the light pollution in Miami. That's actually a thing. You can't spend your whole day fighting to save every endangered species. You have to figure out what you care about and who you care about. The third is you just reference step 1 and 2 over and over and over. So, Charles, I want to get your take on this. What are some things that you actually give a crap about? Give me 2 things that you really care enough about where you would actually fight somebody for it if you had to.
Well, one is my faith and my family. So, I believe in truly loving God and loving others. And I think if somebody was, mistreating somebody in a way or misrepresenting Christ, I will take a stand for that. So
you would take a stand for your religious view as a Christian.
Yes. And then my family, for sure, like if any type of harm or danger that they would ever be in, I would definitely take is whatever action necessary to stop that.
But you know what you stand for. So with your business with Co-Law Fitness, you'll fight for that golden goose.
Yes, it's not going to own my soul and create me to break a law, or maybe I can bend a rule or push something or so on, but I don't want to break the law necessarily, so I would not do that.
But your schedule...
But I definitely fight for it.
But your schedule is filled, if I were to look at your calendar, it's filled with your wife, your church, and your business.
That's pretty
much what you focus on when you're not working out. Am I correct?
Yeah.
So you've actually put on your schedule, what time do you work out every day?
Every morning I wake up at 5:30. I'm working out by 6.
Do you see how quick he knew that answer, Thrive Nation? Do you see how quick he knew that answer? Do you see how quick because in the schedule. So Chup, what are things that you care about?
I would say I would fight for my integrity or my reputation. If somebody is doing something that's putting that
Everyone
on the line.
should do that. I agree.
Yeah, so that's something I would definitely fight for.
So what's in your schedule? What's something you've put into your schedule that you do on a weekly basis, on a daily basis maybe, that you're willing to fight for? Because this is what it comes down to. How do you say no? You have to know what you're saying yes to first, and then everything else doesn't matter.
So bedtime. I put
what time you go to bed,
in my
bro?
schedule. I scheduled in. My daughter goes to bed at 8, so that's whenever I have my. I need to be finishing everything up. If not, I'll get back up and help my wife do whatever. But
a bunch of us are going out tonight, bro. We're gonna be in billiards, bro.
Sorry, he's like, I just talked to my cousin.
It's singles, bro. It's like married dude night, but we're gonna go out with just dudes. So it's kind of like we're single, but not really. And it's like this home fellowship gathering thing. So it's like, we're not going to get hammered. We're just going to play billiards with some dudes. We'll go out to Magoo's to midnight.
Magoo's. Bro, is that even around?
You want to do that, bro? Bro.
Right. So got to cut all that stuff out. So I'm pretty passionate about it.
We used to do soccer together, bro.
Hey, what's up, man?
Bro.
I don't like you anymore. What?
Bro.
No, it's not that.
I know you're into your wife and everything, but some of us, we got these single ladies, and we're going to go out to the casino.
All the single ladies.
You want to go out with your ladies?
No, I won't say no. I'll say no.
But bro.
Love you, man.
Bro.
I love you, but I got to be up at 4.
I know you got that whole budget thing, bro. But we're going to buy a bunch of lottery tickets tonight, bro.
Getting rich.
Bro, you see how big the number is, bro?
Here's one thing I will say
bro.
before we get to the break here. I want to say, if you don't decide what is important or what you want to spend your time with, somebody will decide it for you. And you will find that you have spent years or decades possibly wasting your time and your energy because you didn't decide and, be very intentional about what it is you care about.
Bro, you know what I'm going to do, bro? To spite you, I'm going to stay up till 9 o'clock tonight, bro.
Oh, my God.
And I'm going to be hanging out with some single dudes and single chicks, bro. And I'm going to wreck my marriage and wreck my life and sleep in and be an idiot. And then you'll just be alone with your success, bro.
Oh, yeah.
See how good you feel then when you're on top of the mountain by yourself, bro, Bro Dini.
Yeah.
It's your year to thrive. Success you will find.